Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Sagittarius for the month of June, including late July 2023. So, Sag, we are in your polar opposite sign of Gemini. So the element being Earth. Now, you are in your 7th house, which is the house of relationships, Sag. So let's see all relationships. There may be beginnings, there may be endings. But let's have a look and see the energy around for you. 8 of Wands. Oh, you're traveling and you're moving. Sagittarian card coming in really strong. It is about travel. It's about no obstacles, good times. You could well meet someone if you're single. Very promising connections here if you are traveling, but basically it's just a free-flowing energy with no obstacles. So let's have a look for your relationship cycle, where you are right now. The Queen of Cups, very intuitive, very much a receiver, Sag, going with the flow, being really intuitive, not rushing in, just sitting there, taking it all in, being very circumspect or very careful about your relationships, digesting it, looking at them very deeply. It's very much an emotional card, and assessing. Beautiful card to start. What's influenced that to come in, and indeed the rest of the reading, the influencer, is, things coming to an end or cycles coming to a completion. Once again, this can be a travel card as well, Sag. So, but it's very much like there is an end that's coming to a natural end. So it's fine, because after the natural end, we begin a new cycle and we start all over again. So very powerful card, very big card, very worldly card too. So some of you may be going out into the bright, big new world wherever you are, whatever that means to you. But definitely in terms of relationships, a cycle coming to an end. What was going on for you in April, May in the background still has carries a bit of weight. 3 of Coins, so the spiritual learning card, working well with others, or maybe not, the case may be, but very much about earthy, building relationships, learning about relationships as well. You know, it's very sort of giving and receiving as well here, but it's very sort of grounded, this card. And you were in your 6th house at this time. So very much, a time where we just go, okay, what do I need to fix up in my life? I need to do some spring cleaning in my whole living life, my routines, etc., my health. So a really nice card there, very grounded card. Even though there were those eclipses, but never mind, it probably brought you back to earth. Recent influences, and standing back and seeing it, that your work so far this year, you've created this beautiful garden of sunflowers. It's like stepping back, having a look at it, and taking credit for what you've been doing all year. And if you haven't been doing, well, maybe it's time to get doing. But generally a really good, solid, earthy card as well, for just stepping back and seeing what you have done, rather than going, oh, I haven't done anything. But you have done something, and this card focuses on that. Let's see what your lesson will be. Oh, a bit of jealousy and deceit. Now this could be your own self-deceit, or it could be other people sort of, oh, look at her, she's got this or he's got that, why don't I have that? But it's about examining that as well. It is an air card, very much an Aquarian card, this card. So just be careful not to blow the trumpet too loud, or, could aggravate other people who aren't in such a good position to you. So it's sort of like a self-awareness card, but it's also being aware of your own deceit, what you're sort of missing, as well as the energy of others sort of seeming a bit jealous, or but that's okay as well. It's a big one though, and it's an interesting one, and it can sort of create a bit of drama around it, but you've just got to be sort of aware, because we often think, oh, I didn't do anything, or why are they jealous of me? But then, it's the way we kind of project ourselves as well, isn't it, Sag? And you're always the ones, roaming the planet and philosophizing and doing all your higher spiritual education. Other people might find it a bit sort of like, oh, who does they think they are? Near future, we have the Queen of Coins. So once again, the hearth and home queen, just really sort of grounded, feeling good about things, creating a sort of nice homely atmosphere wherever you may be in the world. If you are travelling, just enjoying and just being sort of there for other people in your relationships as well, being grounded in yourself. Is a very positive card for Sagittarians, because they often are on the move, and home and hearth is usually something that it'll be there when I get back, and it's sort of, but this is a lovely card for Sag because it just kind of keeps your feet on the ground. Let's see what's happening that you're not realising. Ooh, the Three of Wands, the man from overseas. So, and very much, building your foundations are strong, expanding, growth, but very much too, there could be somebody that you could meet from overseas, or if you are overseas, you could collide with somebody who's very sort of instrumental in your growth at the moment, Sagittarius. It could be quite fleeting, obviously, if you're just travelling overseas. It could, but very influential, and plus because you're in the partnership house this 4 weeks, it will have a lasting effect on how you see your relationships. So quite a nice card, but it's sitting down there where you're not realising, so you may get a bit of a shock. How others see you. The Magician. So the Magician is indeed the spirit messenger. So he comes in and says, right, off you go, new journey. Tools are all there. You've got loads of potential, but be aware of the risks. It's a card governed by the planet Mercury, so it's very much about communication, talking to people, being, open to communication with people. And, also with travel, the travel card as well. But risk is always right next to potential. So just make sure that you're careful and that you factor in risk wherever you go, whatever you do, because it's always, then people go, oh, why did that happen? Everything was going well and suddenly something happened. But you have to think about that before you embark, don't you? But once again, quite a magical card, very spiritual card. Energy comes through you, Sagittarius. It doesn't come from you. It's a conduit. It comes through and you project it out. Positive feelings. The Sun, the great scrutinizer, so the great illuminator comes in, seeing everything for exactly what it is. It's a very good card for health and happiness. It's a yes answer card. It's a card where you literally can see everything for what it is, and how it is, people for who they are, being very sort of aware of everything. It's a Leo card too, so it's very much very positive, big. As we know, the Sun is an amazing planet. I don't know what we'd do without it. And we feel it when it's not around because it's just quite grey, but there we have that coming through as a positive card, which is going to be really amazing for you for this next 4 weeks. The final outcome Five of Cups. Wow, so this could be a card of somebody that you may return from the past, an emotional connection, or you may feel that emotional connection, or that sadness of disappointment of losing a really close, what you thought was an emotional connection. So with partnerships, this is really important this 4 weeks, because it could come back to haunt you. But the way you kind of deal with it is using the sun there to see everything how it is. Don't get all rose-coloured glasses and think, oh, it's amazing. You know, if you meet someone new or there's a new relationship, just remember, you know, we must progress with them and do things differently so as not to land up in that awful spot again where we just felt really, really sad and disappointment at somebody that left. Abandonment sort of card, but it comes back around. Okay, Sag, I'm going to just now that's a nice card to end up on as well, Sag, but just be careful too to make sure all partnership issues this month you concentrated on the positive and try to move forward, not get stuck or go backwards, because with that one it's easy to do. But we have to recognise where we went wrong in it as well. Okay, your message is wisdom. Know well what leads you forward and what holds you back, and choose the path that leads to wisdom. As the Buddha taught, wisdom is the actual means by which we can purify ourselves. Just knowing this brings calmness and then faith, and eventually it brings truth to the light. Thank you so much for listening, Sag. Have a great month, and we'll talk next time.